if you're able to hear me okay. Apple 1. Okay, 33 seconds for both CAD GDP moves as well as the dollar moves. So markets are going to move. The dollar looks bullish, and some of the CAD pairs are already moving. So on this Euro CAD, it looks bearish, but we'll see in just a few seconds if there is good news for the CAD. And here we go. No change, or at least it's as expected. So the GDP went down from 0.2 to 0.0%. I don't believe that is a good thing when your gross domestic product comes out lower than previous years. So this may be bad for the CAD. And now looking at the dollar, so this was bad for the CAD because the euro is rising and dollar has bad news for PCE. So if we take a look at the dollar is falling. So pound dollar is rising, euro dollar is rising, dollar is rising. Dollar CAD is kind of falling. So we'll just look at this for the next 15 minutes or so to see, what's really going on. Scan through our CAD pairs. So all CAD is rising. So again, it looks like that was bad news for the CAD for right now. CAD CHF is falling. All right. CAD JPY is also falling, which looks like a pretty good sell opportunity. But we'll see because we broke this high. So this may just be a pullback and we may rise. is still rising. Pound cat is rising as well. Okay, but the way some of these charts look like, especially the pound cat, this looks like a pullback. So who knows, this may end up being a good thing for the cat, but time will tell in just a little bit. So even though there was bad news that came out for PCE for the dollar, it hasn't really given us a significant push down. And as a matter of fact, it just tapped into this fair value gap to the right or to the left. And it's looking like it's going to respect it for now. So we may end up rising still on the dollar, in which at that point we will look for our opportunities. But for now, I'm not sure what it's going to do. So again, I'm just going to give it more time. All right, good morning, Ghost. Okay, Ghost, how about now? Am I still distorted? What about now? Am I still distorted, or is it too low, or still staticky? Sounding better, or still sounding bad? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. goes my test that you can still see and hear me just fine. Can you try to refresh the stream and see if I'm coming in good or not?
Testing, testing. Okay, testing, testing. What about now? Okay, guys, hang tight, hang tight. Okay, I have a bunch of alerts going off. Okay, testing, testing. How about now, guys? Am I louder? Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, guys, let's get back to the charts. Feel like I'm missing a lot. Okay, yeah, dollar's pushing down significantly, and we got some movement on CAD JPY. So CAD JPY is falling again. This shows that technically, the change for GDP, which came out lower, um, which was expected, seems to be pushing the CAD down or weakening the CAD this morning. But still, as I'm looking at this structure right here, it doesn't really look like CAD is actually all that weak. I mean, it's just, it had a big push up, and now we're just getting some sort of pullback. And this is a nice little fair value gap that we're currently at right now. So again, CAD may end up, being strong or bullish on some of these pairs. So definitely be careful if you're thinking about, taking a trade, thinking that the CAD is weak. All right. So let's give this a few more alerts. Okay, Euro CAD is going off. We'll check that in a moment. Okay, so NAS seems to be falling. But let's check Euro CAD really quick. Yeah, so it's shooting up right now, which again, just shows that that's, the CAD is weak because it is not the base pair in this pair. So again, guys, just a little bit of waiting, all right? And it's typically best to do it that way because you'll see how, price is doing all of this, right? But by the time it's all said and done, this could turn into a wick. And then when you see that, that looks way more bearish because we broke these lows, made a new low, and now all of this was just a liquidity hunt to probably this order block that's sitting right here. Okay, so again, guys, you have to constantly be reading the charts and where you have zones and levels, trend lines, and other indicators, right? I don't really have too many indicators pulled up on the chart, but if you do, like moving averages, Bollinger Bands, MACDs, you name it, right? You can, and, you have to read those as well and see if everything is lining up with whatever direction that you're trying to get into the trade. If it is lining up, great, take the trade. But if it's not lining up, then maybe you want to wait until it does line up, right? A lot of traders lose because, they don't have the patience to wait until things line up, all right? They take their chances. And again, we all do in a sense, but some of us do it with a higher probability of, the things that are telling us to sell or telling us to buy rather than, nothing telling us to buy or nothing telling us to sell. And we're just taking trades, all right? Looks like we're getting a nice rejection off of that, so we'll come back. Let's take a look at NAS, see what that's doing, because NAS has been falling. My team caught crazy amount of pips. All right, so it's not falling, uh, but it is pulling back to a nice Fibonacci level where a fair value gap just so happens to be sitting. You're going to put some alerts on it. All right, sweet deal, sweet deal. So now, CAD JPY, what are you doing? Yep, still falling. So again, guys, if you're just coming in, the dollar had PCE news and that came out negative or bad. But so far, well, yep, the dollar has dropped, so it's broken this fair value gap. Don't really know for sure because it's still 13 minutes left on this candle from the 1 hour time frame. But if we look at the lower time frame, yeah, we can see the 15-minute candle has now broken that fair value gap. So if we come back to the hour, we can now get rid of that fair value gap, and we can pretty much see that we have a nice little order block sitting here. All right, so now time will tell if we're going to respect this order block or not. Again, basically this is an area where there's a lot of bullish pressure, all right? And you know that by just looking left, right? The last time price, right? This is where price is now, but the last time price was in this area, it shot up significantly, all right? So the consensus, if you will, is that it will do the same thing, right? A lot of times you guys hear us say, the charts repeat themselves, or, the chart has some kind of uh, pattern or sequence that it does consistently. That's what we're talking about, right? It's just where we see that price is going, came from an area or gone to an area that it's reacted from, meaning you see some sort of movement visually on the charts where it went way up or it went way down, right? And these turning points, right? So where you're going up, but then you turn around and go down. These turning points are the areas that we're looking for these selling or buying opportunities, right? It gets to be that simple. Of course, there is more to know, but at the high level, right? That's kind of where we're always at when we're looking for trading opportunities. All right. So again, even though the news came out bad for the dollar, I don't feel like we're going to push past this order block. I think we're going to play around within it, and then we're going to start to rise. So looking at it from a higher time frame, and let's get out of here and look at it pretty good. Okay. Yeah, it's a tough call. It's a really tough call. Um, yeah, it's tough. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so from the daily, it looks like, you know, this is some sort of double top, you know what I mean? Just coming from this low. But in reality, it's really just equal highs. These are equal highs because we were coming really from this area, right? So this was our high. We went and made a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now this was a higher low, and then when you had equal highs. So now we may still have equal lows and then begin to rise. Either way, guys, we got to wait it out and see what it's going to be. So come back down to the 1 hour time frame where we can keep an eye on it. And there we have it, right? So just a few more alerts on both sides. But you guys can see right now how it is rejecting this area. How ironic, right? That is stopping right here where we just so happen to have this order block resting or sitting, right? So again, over time, you guys will get to see these things over and over, and this is what builds your confidence in knowing that price is going to either reject or react from a certain area and potentially give you some kind of trading opportunity. All right. So we're going to back out of the dollar and we're going to go and take a look at some of the things that the dollar is related to. All right. So we'll start with the odd dollar. And it is still within this order block. It hasn't really broken it just yet unless, okay, it did. So we can get rid of this order block. All right. And let's try to get our charts marked up a little better. Okay. Let's try the 1 hour. Okay, don't really see any gaps or anything, but this is a high. Okay, let's look at that Euro CAD. We'll come back to the odd dollar. All right, so again, huge push up into this order block, but will it break above it or not? All right, time will tell. And let's see. So the move up that it made was 35 pips. All right, so with the CAD having, you know, bad news supposedly for their GDP, it only got a 35 pip push out of it, right, on the EuroCat. So not necessarily all that convincing that it really wants to rise. But again, we need to wait and to see if price is going to start breaking above these highs to know that it is indeed, good news for the cat. Um, I'm sorry, bad news for the cat. That's gonna, push this Eurocat pair up. But the way it's looking to me, I think we can get a potential drop from here, and we can catch all of this. So now instead of, the selling opportunity being from this area where it retested, we're going to have it from here, the order block, with a pretty tight stop loss of about 20 pips roughly, okay? And then we're aiming for over 140 pips or over 100 pips. So it's looking really decent for now. Let's look at it on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, and now you guys can see, just a little more clarity with the candles to where we can tell what it's doing on, this 15-minute time frame. And here you're starting to see nice rejection, okay? So at some point when we start to push lower, if we get enough bearish pressure with candles to close, we can potentially take this for a sell, all right? So let's look at it on the 5-minute. Again, here things just always get more detail so you can fine tune your entry. But as of right now, there's nothing but, the bulls in the market for the EuroCAD right now. So we're going to hold tight just a little more. Again, starting to see some bears show up. So there is, what we call, or at least what I call, premature entry, and here it is off the 1-minute time frame. Okay, where we can see that we're getting some sort of a wedge or a channel, all right, showing up with the way that price is moving or has been moving, on its way into this order block. So again, guys, this is a trend line. Whenever we get a break of a trend line, typically, that's giving us a change in the direction that it was originally going. All right, so you guys can see it's rising up. So if it breaks this trend line, then it's an indication that we may possibly be going in the opposite direction, which is what I would like to see on this pair, so that I can get in with a really, really good entry and a tight stop loss. All right, even if it decides that it still wants to push up, because again, it is bullish since news has came out. So those are some of the things that you want to be aware of, and you know, we can play it, uh, by ear, hear how it goes. And here's a bit of a low. So if we break this low, then it's a good possibility that we can continue falling, maybe to this area, which is going to give us roughly 30 pips, right, to that. But overall, from a higher time frame, right, if we go back to 4 hour, this is what, we're looking to aim to get all the way down here, right, or possibly even here, which will be about maybe 50 pips or so. All right, we're coming out and we're going to look at the dollar. And once again, it's still playing in that order block. So no real, no real indication of where it wants to go just yet. Again, we know that it's pushing down, but into an area that's, very bullish. So again, just got to wait. This is how it is sometimes, guys. Things aren't always ready to go, and you just got to be patient until they are ready to go. All right. So back over to some of these other pairs that are with the dollar. All right, we checked out the odd dollar. Again, that's at a resistance level. Set some alerts. Okay, let's check out the euro. All right, that blasted through this order block. This Fibonacci level is no longer required. Market talk roundup. Eurozone inflation rise could dim Eurozone rate cut prospects. Okay, meaning they're probably not going to cut interest rates, which means that they're most likely going to increase interest rates, which means that that should be good for their currency. All right, it should make investors want to hold their money with them. All right, increasing the demand for their currency, again causing them to rise. All right, but right now it is definitely rising on the Euro USD. So again, this is a tough situation because we didn't quite expect the dollar to fall as much as it has, because it was already at a support level, right? But um, because it is falling, this is definitely causing the euro to rise. All right, U.S. dollar loses Broden after core PCE inflation moderates in April. So I believe it's just saying that the losses have broadened. So meaning it's just fallen. That's all, due to PCE. And yeah, so looking strong right now for the fall. But again, guys, I won't be convinced until we break below here. And at that point, I'm just going to leave it alone because I'll have to be waiting on my pullback and then, the opportunity to see a lower high created to, believe that the dollar's going to fall even further. So if you didn't anticipate the dollar falling, then you most likely missed out on your opportunities to buy euro and the rest of the pairs that are correlated. But for now, again, it just looks like it's going to take more time to really develop and see what opportunities we have. So just going to scan through a lot of them, see if there's any opportunities on anything. All right, man, these definitely rose up. Right, and the dollar CAD went down. Okay, dollar CHF also went down. Okay, but it's at yesterday's low and it's respecting it for now. Okay, dollar JPY. Okay, but yeah, I'm not really all that convinced that the dollar is going to fall just yet. I mean, it's falling, but I don't think it's going to keep falling. But again, that's just my guess, right? That's not what the chart is telling me. Um, for now, we'll have to just keep waiting to see. Okay, getting a little bit of a rise out of that area. So, this may turn out to be a good thing, especially on the odd dollar. We may get a nice drop that we can take advantage of, possibly for the euro dollar as well, off of this resistance area. Get rid of this for now, as well as the pound dollar off of the order block. All right, it's looking pretty decent. I'll get rid of this for now. Okay, pound art looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks really good actually for a sell. JPY, we're going to check you out in a second. But this pound odd is looking very nice for selling opportunity right now. Okay, and this is rising right out of the fair value gap that it did not disrespect. So again, the CAD may end up being a positive, or it may end up strengthening later throughout the day. Not sure how much movement we're going to get out of it, being that it's a Friday, but this looks extremely bullish right now. So a position like this, right out the fair value gap. Again, there's gaps here that it may want to tap into. There's one here at the 61, and there's another one right in the 50. So we don't want to get got by having our stop there. So we'll definitely have to place it below the swing, and that's at 67 pips. So this may not be ideal for a risk to reward standpoint, but we can obviously always aim for 1 to 2, and there it is for 134 pips to the upside. All right. But if these alerts start going off, guys, I will take my chance on purchasing CAD JPY. Right, Nas, what are you doing? Right, Nas is starting to fall. Right, typically these indices like Nas, SPY, and US 30 will fall when the dollar is rising. Okay, so again, I don't expect the dollar to continue to fall, but we will see if it starts to rise or not. All right, let's head back over to that pound odd, was it? Yep, pound odd. And when we look at this on the hour, it looks perfect for a selling opportunity, as it's currently just respecting this fair value gap. And we can place our stop right above that for just 30 pips. Okay, boom. And we can aim for the low. And that's well over a 1 to 2, giving us 87 pips on pound odd. Let's look at it from a higher time frame. And yeah, guys, this looks pretty good. All right. Nice fair value gap to fill here, as well as an order block that has not been mitigated. All right, so I'll put this in for the visual reference. Okay, but aiming for this area is looking pretty good. Coming back down. Okay, this is pretty much what we're looking at for our trading opportunity on the pound odd. Okay, but I definitely want to see some more bears show up, because we may just tap a little deeper into this fair value gap before dropping potentially to the area that we broke, and then we may come on down from there. All right, so time will tell. EuroCAD starting to fall from this order block area. All right, so again, we got to just keep close eye on it. About USD JPY starting to rise, meaning the dollar may be beginning to rise. All right, let's get those alerts reset. Okay, let's go take a look at the dollar. Okay, again, just not too much movement, guys. Um, yeah, not a whole lot going on. And again, we're 30 minutes after news. So we just want to, kind of hang around for another 30 minutes here, guys, just to see, what does seem tradable. But, don't get your hopes up, because typically, Fridays are, when everything starts to slow down, and, you don't get too much activity, right? But um, there are other days, on a Friday where you do get some activity. So it's, just show up and see what looks good. If you don't have anything, you don't have anything. All right, US dollar weakens after monthly inflation cools. Gold gains momentum. All right, so just basically they're trying to say inflation went down, but I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? Because prices are still high. Right? What's that? Commercial, everything too damn high. Right? It's still high. So, uh, you know, maybe um, it may be going down. Towards the future right now, but I haven't seen too much of a significant change. And unemployment came out. I think, what was it? Um, yeah, here, unemployment came out yesterday. And look, way more people were unemployed than they forecasted or expected. So, how is it we're, getting a lot more unemployment, but inflation is going, oh, well, that's why it's going down because people are getting laid off. Because when you don't have money, you don't have money to spend, obviously. So that lack of spending will, naturally or organically bring inflation down, right? Inflation is high when, we're spending too much, right? That's what that's all about. But regardless, guys, we need to see, what's going to happen here. So, they're saying gold is going to rise, but it still looks bearish to me. All right, dollars going off, starting to fall from that resistance area. Gold again is starting to fall as well. So this is getting tricky, right? They're talking all this weakness with the dollar, but look at the dollar now, right? Especially from the 4-hour time frame, we can see the wickage, all right? The wick in that order block showing that we're rejecting that area right to the T in the middle of that order block, guys. It is ridiculous how, this goes, all right? But just getting an alert set, and we may have opportunities within the next 20 minutes or so. So hang tight, and let's see what we can get. But again, I think we're going to get a rise at least back to retest. And there's a fair value gap that it created when it pushed to the downside this morning. So we may go and try to balance that out. Okay, so one more round. Dollar starting to fall. Euro dollar falling. Pound dollar. Let's get some alerts on it. Okay, New Zealand definitely still rising. CAD is still falling. Let's get some alerts on this one. Okay, Euro CAD, what are you doing? Oh, you're falling from the order block. All right, guys, let's see. All right, I got exactly what I've been looking for. Okay, let me take you back. Okay, so I was waiting for price to break below this support, right? But we can't see it, right? We got to go to the 1 minute. There it is. So guys, pull up EuroCAD. I'm about to get into this play. Um, Again, I need a clean break below this low, right? As we created a fair value gap to the downside. So there's a few things here, guys, that's telling me to sell, and I will point them out so that you guys can get more familiar with some of the things that, these traders talk about when we're looking for trading opportunities, all right? One is I have this chart pattern. This is a rising wedge or a rising channel, all right? When you look up a rising wedge or rising channel, it'll tell you that it is a bearish reversal pattern. So again, guys, just being able to identify a pattern is something that will, level you up as a trader because you will know what to expect. And then as price gives you what's, supposed to happen, you'll know how to take advantage of, getting into a sell on this kind of trade or on this kind of chart pattern. So bearish reversal chart pattern, we broke a trend line. Again, trend lines give you changes in direction, right? Where price was once going up and then it's going down, and it's the same vice versa. Price could be going down and then it breaks a downtrend line and then it will start to go up. But we also got that, so that's two things. The third thing is that we're at an order block. This blue area in the background, again from the higher time frame, is an order block where price was. So let me show you guys that real quick. All right, here it is. Right, things look a lot clearer over here. This was where price went up at one point, but then after it was here, it dropped significantly. So a lot of bearish pressure there, and we're already seeing it here on the 4 hour. So talking too much, we need to kind of get into this. All right. So again, just already three things: the pattern, the break of the trend line, and the order block, all bearish, confirmations or you know probabilities or so many terms for it. But basically, it's looking good for the sell. So I'm gonna take it right now again with a pretty good stop loss of just about 20 pips. All right, guys. So I'm selling Euro CAD and stop loss right up here, and I'm going to back out to try to get my take profit right all the way down, all the way. Let me see what this is right here. Okay, not quite a 1 or 2, and yeah, I want to make it do what it do. So here it is, right, all the way to support. Guys, this will be a killer trade if we can pull off over 100 pips on a Friday off of economic news, right off of order block on the lower time frame. Well, really the higher time frame, but here it is. All right, so on the 1 minute, there we are, guys. We're in profit. So let me give you guys the play. 148260. All right, Euro CAD. Sell now. 148260 is our entry. Stop loss is this for about 20 pips. Take profit, right, is this. It's about 140 pips. All right, guys, please hit that like and subscribe button for me. I appreciate that. And we'll set some alerts. Okay, we'll take the ones that were above it and bring it on down. Now, again, guys, the EuroCAD was rising, right, off of news, and we could still, this is all potentially just a pullback, all right, to the big move that it made. But regardless, we should be able to get something out of this. The thing is, just really depends on which way you're looking at this because price is so tight with the structure that you can look at it where you see it as rising, and you can also look at it where you see it as falling. So it just depends on how you're looking at it. But from the rejection here and here and here, I'm more bearish on it. All right, but from this move, from this swing, again, same situation: rejection, 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 and the rise. This is a massive bullish candle. So again, this push down may be short lived for a little bit, and then it'll start to rise back up. Right, only time will tell. But from a 1 minute, let me get out to the daily. Just want to show you guys. Okay, so from here, what we're seeing on the daily, guys, it's just right when we made this high, we came lower and we stayed lower. Okay, and we stayed lower for almost a week. Okay, and with no real movement to the upside and no real movement to the downside until right now, from the 1 minute time frame. All right, but here it is. It's falling and we are in profit, guys. So please get into the Euro Cat. All right, take a look here. So I'm up in NAS and let's do. We'll do with a 20 pip trailing stop. And there we go. All right. So let's take a look at NAS because that seemed to be falling. All right. EuroCAD is doing its thing. So hopefully you guys are taking advantage. But let's go and take a look at NAS. Okay. NAS is falling in corporate credit. Picture looks rosy and risky. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Alerts. All right, so let's get the big picture on NAS here. Oh yeah, guys, perfect market structure for NAS. Okay, um, and it's been doing that ever since my team caught this head and shoulders, where it dropped to resistance, it pulled back right to the area that it broke, dropped again, and guess what? Pulled back right to the area that it broke. Guys, this is textbook stuff. Okay. So yes, the dollar looks bearish, but NAS is also falling. I'm already in it for a sell, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I would take it if I was going to take it right now. There's a 1 to almost 5 on this risk to reward, but I'm going to push the envelope and take it all the way down to the next level of support for 1 to 7. Guys, this looks like a really good setup. Again, you never know if it's going to take off on a Friday, but I've seen it happen. So don't count it out, right? Don't discount it. And looking at the stocks that are in the NAS, Tesla's up over 1%, right? Amazon is down over 1%, but Apple is up 0.5%. Microsoft is down heavy. Netflix is down pretty heavy. So when you're weighing this all together, you have more red than you have green, but Tesla's more of a heavy hitter out of the group. But just putting the numbers together, we're looking 3, 4, 5% down, collectively between Microsoft, Netflix, and Amazon versus the 1% or almost 2% collectively with Apple and Tesla. So it's looking more bearish, okay? But at the same token, you got to know how to match it up with market structure, all right? So market structure looks um, to be down, and that's what I'm going to lean towards, all right? Is the NAS falling, all right? So here, guys, take a position on NAS for the sell, stop loss right above this fair value gap. This is really like a little order block sitting here as well. I can get rid of the Fibonacci levels for now just to give us some real estate. Okay, and let's go ahead and push it on over. This is the previous day's low. Okay, here's the previous day high up here. All right, but all right, so I'm looking to risk a 72-point move for a 499-point move on NAS. All right, it's already dropped over 1,000 points this week, so it does seem a little, um, overdue for a rise. But again, from a market structure standpoint, it still looks bearish. All right, now maybe because again, these equal lows that I see right here they are a double bottom, all right, in the grand scheme of things from this 30-minute time frame. So we can definitely anticipate a rise, which we've already gotten, all right. It's already kind of did a nice push up. Okay, it broke the neckline right here. It did a nice push up, but now it needs to do its pullback. And when you look at it from that higher time frame again, that pullback just looks to be in alignment. All right, hold tight. So AUD-CAD and EUR-CAD are doing something from, you know, this, right, breaking these lows, going to make a new low, even though it's a double top. I'm sorry, double bottom. Um, is coming up. It's just a pullback to the overall downtrend that it was in on the higher time frame. So, whatever the double bottom was going to give us, we've gotten, right, so far. All right, but here it is. We're in profit. I'll give you guys the play on NAS, and we're going to take a look at some of our other CAD pairs. 18580. All right, there it is, guys. Again, hit that like and subscribe button for me. So here on NAS, again, got a nice risk to reward. Let's take a look at EuroCAD. Okay, we sold it and we are in profit. Get a few more alerts. All right, think that'll do it. All right, NAS most likely is falling. Pound CAD. All right, nothing yet. Still rising a bit. But man, can we see how this looks? Very, very bearish. Uh, see what Fibonacci says from this high to this low. Whoa, right? Right off the 61.8. So this may end up falling, but let's see what we can get. All right, 21 pip stop loss and a 111 pip take profit for 1 to 5 risk to reward. That looks really good. Let's take a really good look at this really quick. Man, that looks really good to me. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until some of these alerts go off and I see a nice bearish candle. Uh, hopefully one that closes below, you know, the 50 Fibonacci or the 30 Fibonacci level, and then it's definitely going to be a go for me for a sell on pound CAD. So that kind of contradicts with the Euro CAD, right? Because we're selling it, meaning that the euro is strong and the CAD is weak. But on the pound CAD, oh, no, 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 I'm sorry, it doesn't conflict. So I was thinking this was, I was thinking wrong. But the CAD is the non-base pair, and we're in a sell here, and we're looking for a sell here. So um, what I'm meant to say was that news came out bad for the CAD. So when it's bad, right, typically the Euro CAD and the pound CAD will rise because it'll make the base stronger. But now it's looking like that was not the case, right? Even though the news came out bad for their GDP or went lower, looks like that may be a positive thing, making the CAD strong and pushing it down on the Euro CAD and the pound CAD. All right, so again, Time is going to tell, but we'll see. All right, so let's take a quick look at the dollar once again. All right, and there we go, respecting this order block, pushing up more and more and more. All right, so euro dollar, odd dollar. All right, odd dollar has some nice rejection right now at that high. Again, just going to put a few more alerts. That's it. Pound dollar, also respecting the previous day high as well as the order block. I'm going to put some alerts above it just in case. Okay, but if it starts to push down, it'll be great for my sell. But then, we'll start to take advantage of all the other things. Like, look how gold came and respected this pretty nicely, right? So I'm going to set some alerts below it. Gold rises as the dollar and yield drops following release of U.S. inflation data. Okay, which is true, but it didn't really rise all that significantly to go crazy. All right, and sometimes that's how you'll get got is you'll read news, but you'll disregard the charts, and that is a big no-no. All right. All right. Oil. Oh boy, oil is looking really good for the drop. All right, and here's how we want it. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, rejection of the fair value gap and um, the 50 Fibonacci level, guys. So my team is already in this. We got into this in our live last night, and right now we're in profit, and it is looking good. All right, guys. So look for your opportunity, which is here already, for a sell on oil. All right. Sell on oil. We had the trend line break. I talked to you guys about that earlier. Shows how we were rising, and now when we got the break, it started to fall. All right. So again, a nice drop, a nice pullback to Fibonacci, balancing out this fair value gap, and now we're looking to push down further to this area for about 200 pips off of oil. All right. Let's back out. Let's look at silver. All right. Still silver also looking pretty bearish. All right. Let's look at it again from a higher time. Yep, looks like it wants to do a little drop now. So again, guys, I got a feeling dollar's going to rise throughout the rest of the day, and we'll get some opportunities on gold and silver to drop. Here's our dollar dropping. There's gold right on cue, right? And boom, so it's dropping. Dollar is definitely rising. Way more rejection, and more of my alerts to the upside have disappeared. So just looking pretty bullish on the dollar at the moment. All right, guys. So real quick, let's just kind of take a quick glance again. All right, look at that. Right off the order block, getting our rise. Again, this may be short-lived as we get to here and possibly back down, but up to this area, definitely trying to mitigate this fair value gap from, like, let's say the 1 hour time frame is definitely possible. And again, we could, even get way more than that. Again, as the dollar just overall looks bullish. All right, here's odd dollar falling from resistance, so we could have sold it. Pound dollar, we've already sold it, and it's falling back now. Um, CAD JPY. All right, look, so still just getting a little deeper. And if it's good news, If this is really good news for the CAD, then again, this is going to be one of the pairs that you guys want to keep your eye on for the buying opportunity. All right. Again, we want to see price break out of this fair value gap, with the bull candle, and at that point, we should take it. But if it gets like lower, like if it comes down to 61.8, then you can take your chance buying it from there, which will give you almost a 1 to 4, risking 41 pips to make 160. All right. So again, guys, just really good setup on the CAD JPY. Make sure to take a look at it. All right, and I will let you guys CAD JPY for the buy. Sorry for the caps. All right, but keep an eye out on CAD JPY. Let's see. All right, right on cue. Odd CAD, nothing much. CAD CHF, nothing much. Definitely looks more bearish. CAD JPY. Okay, it's mixed, but I can see it rising. Euro CAD, we're still in profit. We're up. What's that? Standard. So we're just getting like a pip or two out of that so far. Pound CAD, again, the next really good setup. Okay, and it's still pushing up for now. So again, with this as well, guys, you want to see the bears show up and break below this 38.2 level before getting in for that sell. All right, we're getting the rejection, but now we need the bears to show up, and then we'll pull the trigger for the sell. All right, so again, I'll pop that in the chat for you guys. Pound CAD for the sell. Okay, look for that. So again, CAD JPY for the buy, pound CAD for the sell. NZD CAD. Ooh, that thing is steady rising. Okay. Okay, look at our NAS trade, guys. Big time in profit. And look at the stocks now, right? Tesla was up 1%. Now it just completely went down tremendously. It's already in the negative. So whatever gain it had before the market opened, that's all erased now. Okay, and Amazon is down. These are the top two. So now we have more red than we have green, and we're falling. But the chart already told us that, and we took advantage. All right, so we're up right now on NAS. If you took this trade, feel free to try to lock in profits, even though it's really tight right now. But you can try to move your stop loss right above your entry like this, right, to make this a risk-free trade where you don't lose any money. All right, but I'm going to keep my stop loss up here because again, I just feel like we're going to get a little more drop. Actually, it's really touchy right now. I think it'll rise from here because it's still, a little structure wise on this time frame. So this is very touchy. Definitely would try to say go ahead and lock in your money now on NAS because it does look like it can tap into this order block here and start to push up. But let's look at the dollar one more time. Yeah, see now it's starting to give a little, um, a little push down. So it's going to be tricky, guys. Got to play this one close. Yeah, it's looking a little more bearish right now. But until we break below the support area, I'm not going to be completely sold. All right. I do see that, we've gone down so far. But, anytime we break an area and we get a push down, and again, we've been pushing down for a little bit here. So, there is a pullback expected before another continuation on the drop. So just, stay mindful of, what's going on with the dollar in these odd pairs. all right, and see where you can. I mean, I'm sorry, these CAD pairs, and just try to see where you guys can fit in. All right, gold is respecting the previous day high, pushing up a little. Oil is dropping still. All right, so pretty decent play that in setups that we have. Again, guys, just not quite ready. Just take your time and see what the day brings you. Within the next hour, probably be the best time and take advantage, guys. If you want to learn, how to really trade and understand Forex, visit my website and join my Discord. Website is forexwithbain.com. All right, and I'll pop that in for you guys. Okay, and when you go there, just click on the link for the Discord and sign up and get in the mix, guys. See how we do things, and how we get to it. All right. But in the meantime, in between time, I hope y'all have a great morning, and I'm out. All right. Peace.